Okay, so welcome everyone to our last Wellness Matters of this year. I'm sad to see that it's ending, but we are ending on a very high note because we have an amazing presentation for everyone tonight. We will be coming out with our next series of Wellness Matters speakers in the fall. So we're going to skip a couple of months. We've got some other events that are coming up in the practice, which is going to push our Wellness Matters kickoff a few months from now. But I promise that we will be advertising and you'll know soon who our next amazing round of speakers are. But tonight, we are so lucky to have Marlyn Diaz here to speak with us. And I want to tell you a little bit about her before we get started. And I'm going to share a story of how I met her. So Marlyn Diaz is a leading Los Angeles-based certified nutritionist, wellness educator, and author, specializing in optimal health and rejuvenation for women and men in midlife. Marlyn received her Bachelor of Science in Nutrition from Drexel University in Philadelphia and a certified lifestyle educator certification through Metagenics, and has been working in the food and nutrition industry for over 35 years, even though she doesn't look like she even is 35. She was the consulting nutritionist for the Soup Cleanse, a revolutionary detox of nourishing soups and healing broths from the founders of Soupure, and was featured in the award-winning documentary Rooted in Peace. Marlyn just released her groundbreaking new book, Beyond Radiant, A Modern Woman's Guide to Health, Healing, and Happiness in Midlife. And you can find this book at her website, marlynwellness.com. And tonight we are going to give two away. And Marlyn, if you don't mind, if we have people join, we'll kind of interject this, because the way you can win her book tonight is when she's done, we will ask two questions from the information that she shares. And the first person to put the answer to each question in the chat will receive a free copy. And I've read this book, and it is definitely one to pay attention to because it is very transformational. So we'll do that later on. But I want to just share how I met Marlyn. So Dr. C and I went out to Salt Lake City in September of last year, in the midst of COVID, masks on, scared, hadn't traveled much. And it was at the WorldLink Medical Course 5, Hormones and Beyond. And I was sitting at my table, and this woman walks up on stage who she just took me into her space. She is beautiful. She's smart. She radiates love and joy. And I just really enjoyed her talk. And I was a little like celebrity shy to talk to her, but she walked right up to me in the hallway and started chatting with me. And we found out that we had a connection. We continued to talk the rest of the day. And by the end of the evening, I had asked her to be on this event. And we've kept in touch ever since. And we're going to be doing an amazing event together, which she'll share throughout the rest of the presentations, what it is and how you can get involved. So I will stop talking and introduce my friend, nutritionist Marlyn Diaz.
Thank you so much, Jody, and Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, Dr. C, and the whole team, and everyone who's joining us this evening. I'm so delighted to be here with you to share, to present, and to up-level your life and your home. Hopefully you'll learn a thing or two tonight, even if it's one new tip that you can take with you to elevate your space and your well-being, mentally, physically, and all else. So I'm going to be sharing from a PowerPoint presentation that I put together for you. And then towards the end, I'll come back on and share some show and tell that I have put together for you as well. So let's get started with our PowerPoint. Great. All right. Let me see. So tonight's talk, the Well-Nourished Home, is about creating spaces filled with health, first and foremost, healing, and happiness. And I've put together a beautiful sharing that we'll step a little bit into the science. I would like to keep it light and bright and give you a lot of tips and tools and inspiration so you can take a look at your space with fresh eyes and a new way of looking at things after we're through. And then I'm always happy to answer any questions that I go over tonight, and I'm always available afterwards as well. So my greatest intention for tonight's talk is to help you upgrade your space, eliminate the things that are toxic or no longer serving, rejuvenate your mind and body, and help you to thrive. The health of your home really matters. We want to ask, what are we breathing? What are you breathing? What are we putting in our body? What are we putting on our body? Because it all matters. When I'm coaching clients or speaking at an event, most of the time the talks are around food, right? Food, the chemicals in our foods, toxins, what to eat, what not to eat, and all that is really, really important. But another really important piece for our health and well-being is what is in our home, what is in our environment. Because as I'll share in a moment, there are so many chemicals in the world today, and much of it is out of our control, what is being sprayed in the air outside of our homes. But we do have control what we bring into our homes. So we may not be able to control pandemics or politics, but we can control the things we bring in our home, the things we put on our body, and the things we breathe as well. So there are over 85,000 chemicals in our world today, and there might even be more. This statistic is pre-COVID, so there might even be more today, but that's a lot of chemicals. Where are all those chemicals? We'll talk about tonight some of the places those chemicals are hiding within our home, within our kitchens, bathrooms, bedrooms, and living spaces. But many of them are in the foods that we are ingesting. Well, hopefully not this community, because I'm hoping that you're abreast of all that and eating clean, but I will talk about some of those things and where they're hidden. Things we're putting on our body and things that we bring into our home that we might not even be aware of. My intention, again, is to create consciousness and awareness and open your mind and eyes to new ways of looking at things. Why should we even care about these toxins? Because they put a burden on our body, our lungs, our liver, our immune system especially. And we, especially in these days, we need our bodies to be in tip-top shape. We need our immune systems to be thriving, our lungs to be clear, and our liver, which is the oil filter of the body, to be really as clean and healthy as possible. The liver is in charge of so many processes during the day. It's processing hormones, it's working with our weight and our metabolism, and it's unbelievable how much our livers do. We actually want to bow down to our liver each day for all that it does. So we want to help our liver as much as we can and eliminate the toxin burden that bringing in chemicals into our body does to our liver. These chemicals and toxins and things around in our spaces can also be what's called endocrine disruptors. And I'll go into that a little bit deeper as we go forward, which can mess with our hormones. And I know it's super important, especially at the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, that we optimize our hormones and get them just right. So we want to avoid anything throwing them off balance. Again, these chemicals, toxins, things that we breathe are hard on our liver. They can possibly lead to increased inflammation, some cancers, ill health, poor thinking, reduced focus, and low energy. Also happy to share any references that anyone would like regarding anything I talk about this evening. Some of the toxins that get that are in like our furniture, our cosmetics, things we're breathing, which again, I'll go into a little bit more explanation in a moment, are called xenoestrogens, and these are environmental estrogens. They are hormone disruptors, and they compete with the parking space of the good hormones. We want to avoid them as much as possible. These chemicals are man-made. Many of them are not biodegradable. I mean, they are just forever chemicals. In fact, I just saw a recent article that Maine is the first state to ban a lot of these chemicals by 2030. So things are in process now. Clean beauty is moving forward. There is awareness happening, and my hope is that it continues to happen. But I want you to be educated so you can be first and foremost and be the leader in your home and your life in ridding these things from your environment. Again, these compounds compete with estrogens, and they really can just wreck our health. And so we want to avoid them as much as possible. So let's take a look at where the chemicals are hiding in your home. Many of these are called environmental toxins, and they can show up from smoke, from the candles that we're burning, fragrances, which are man-made chemicals. Plant candles are fine, and we'll talk about, first I want to talk about what to look out for, what to avoid, and then I'm going to bring in what to bring in, what to swap out, what to swap up. So we want to move away from fragrances. We want to move away from chemicals in our cosmetics and grooming supplies. We want to look for pesticides spraying outside of our homes, around our homes, things that actually are on our food supply as well that we're ingesting. Air fresheners that are filled with toxic chemicals many times. Our water supply that can be filled with chlorines and fluorides and other compounds. Parabens and perfumes, BPA, which is found in plastic and cans, and refined sugars. These are a few things that are lurking in our homes. So I'm going to take you on a couple destinations tonight. We're going to go through our living area, bathroom, bedroom, and kitchen. And I'll highlight the places to begin to look for the chemicals and toxins and unhealthy products that may or may not be in your home right now. So first, let's visit our living room. Before we even start there, I've used this phrase tonight, and I want to share it again. I shared this recently on a masterclass that I was leading, and a lot of people liked it, so I thought I would share it again. Many times we walk in our home like it's just part of what we do, right? You walk in your home, you're used to seeing things. So many times we don't even see things because it's so natural for us to just walk in our home. So tonight, tomorrow, over the weekend, I want to invite you to walk into your home with fresh eyes, as if you were first entering your home for the first time. Maybe like if you've ever gone to an open house where you've stepped into a home and you're looking around with fresh eyes to see the environment, or a new hotel or a new room. I invite you to do the same with your place, wherever you live. Walk in with fresh eyes and begin to look around at your living area first and foremost. So let's start with candles. Are your candles made with chemicals and fragrances? How about your air fresheners? Are using Glade or anything that has chemicals in it? Sometimes these products, I walked into a home recently and it smelled really good. It had lavender scent, which was really lovely. And then I found out it was a name brand product that was loaded with fragrances and man-made chemicals. So although it smelled good, we're breathing these things, and we really want to be mindful that it's the full picture, a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's the toxic load. What are we ingesting? What are we breathing in full load, in combination of everything. It's a lot if you add it all up. So our job is to eliminate as much as possible. VAC, these are compounds, or volatile compounds, or off gases that sometimes can happen, like when you get even a new car, new furniture, rugs, paint. So my recommendation is to open windows, make sure you're getting a lot of oxygen in your home, or have an air purifier. Cleaning supplies. We want to be upgrading our cleaning supplies many times. I'm sure not this community, but I just want to bring it forward, is that we can be using cleaning supplies that are filled with fragrances and chemicals. Again, we're ingesting that. So we want to be mindful, what are we bringing into our home? And there's so many great products available these days. Years ago, when I started talking about this concept, which was like trendy, cutting edge at the time, not everyone was talking about this kind of subject. Clean beauty really wasn't a thing 10, 15 years ago, and you could only find, say, 7th generation at Whole Foods. And now you can go into your local supermarket. Some of them are name brands, some of them are being private labeled, but there's a lot more available to us at this time, which is great. Carpet cleaners, if you ever get your carpet cleaned, we want to look at using carpet cleaner programs and products that are made with essential oils, or on which are made with like things that are not filled with a lot of toxins and chemicals. EMFs, we probably don't even be thinking like that, but the computers, the Wi-Fi routers, our TV screens, our telephones, everything is adding up. So it's a lot of electromagnetic forces and fields that are in our homes, in our bedrooms, and we'll talk about the bedrooms, but we want to be mindful of these. You know, it's fine to have them, say, in your living space. We just really want to avoid them in our bedrooms when we're sleeping, but just wanted to be aware that this all has an effect on our body. So think about when you go to the beach, and that beautiful air by the ocean is so much better for us and clean without all those EMFs happening. So it's just want to be in nature to combat some of this stuff in the world today. Mold, hidden molds, looking for molds. That is a really big thing we want to just be aware of, especially places that rain a lot, right? So we can just be aware of smells or things in your bathroom too. Bathroom. This is a place where a lot of chemicals are hiding in our cosmetics. You know, the average woman walks out of the house with like 140 chemicals on, between all the hair supply, the makeup, the shampoos, the body lotions. Men a little less, but the shaving creams, colognes, aftershaves. So toothpaste, there's a lot of chemicals happening in our world today, and the bathroom is a big place. Sunscreens, soaps. Our skin is the largest organ, and it is ingesting everything that we're putting on it. So we really want to be mindful of the soaps we're using. Are they made up of chemicals and fragrances? Or are they made up of natural, pure essential oils, or really good clean ingredients? Grooming products, toothpaste, hand sanitizers. Years ago, I never really talked about hand sanitizers because that wasn't really a big thing back then, but now it is. So we want to be mindful, what are we putting on our hands each day if we're using hand sanitizer? Want to use products that are made with essential oils or cleaner ingredients. And the list goes on. Lotions, potions, mouthwash. Oh my, so much stuff in our bathrooms. Again, I'm going to share with you things to swap out, but I just wanted to start to give you an idea of where all these chemicals are hiding. Our bedroom, our bedding, our computer screens again, phones, TV screens, carpets, candles. If you're burning candles, you want to make sure these are clean ingredient candles made of essential oils, good wicks. It does matter. Mold again in the bedroom is something we want to be aware of. Intimacy products. lubes. These things have chemicals in them. So we want to use cleaner ingredients or coconut oil or something that is good and good with the body and healthy. And clutter can be a source of mold and mildew. It can also just bring your energy down. So being aware of all these things in our bedrooms, because this is where we're supposed to be sleeping and rejuvenating and feeling healthy, right? We want to have a good night's sleep. It's super important for our immune system. It's important for hormone production, melatonin as we sleep. We're sleeping on our bed about hopefully 6 to 8 hours on average. And so we are breathing whatever's in the bedroom. And the most important thing is our bedding and our sheets, making sure that they're either cotton, hopefully organic, that we keep our electronics out of the bedroom, or really be mindful of turning it off and closing it up before we go to bed. And it's important to just be aware of what is in your bedroom, because everything can affect your sleep as well. Kitchen. So this is a place, again, where a lot of chemicals and toxins and unhealthy ingredients can hide. BPA in cans and plastic, want to be aware of that. Refined sugars in our foods, chemicals, additives, and preservatives in our packaged food. Natural flavors. I talked about this at the conference that Jody and Dr. C attended. Natural flavors are an ingredient that many food companies use, and you would think natural, they're fine for me. Well, unless they say plant-based, they can have up to 100 ingredients in them, man-made. Well, they have to have a start from a natural ingredient, but they can be altered in a lab. And these companies, many times big food, does not have to reveal exactly what is in these natural flavors because they're, quote, proprietary, just like a perfume. So you'd be surprised what is in some of these things. And there can be parts that are like similar to MSG that are also messing with our brain and our focus, and can even create a feeling of addiction to these foods, because it's like your brain's getting excited, a neurotoxin, and your brain gets excited, and it's almost like a drug effect. So natural flavors are something to really start to watch out for. If you've never looked at a package, you'd be surprised. They are in and on so many things. So that's something to start to look for. Cleaning supplies, again, we want to be using clean products, especially as we're wiping down our countertops and appliances. The kitchen is a great place to make sure you're living clean. Also, many people don't realize that a lot of the wheat sprayed in this country, especially, is sprayed with glyphosate, which is a weed killer. And research has shown that there has been some links to cancer. So wheat is a highly sprayed product. It can also wreak havoc on your health if you're gluten intolerant. But I'm just bringing awareness to pesticides being sprayed on our food. Hence, that is why we talk about eating organic, because we want to be mindful of all the pesticides that we're using, or that the world is using today. And we want to really be mindful of the quality of water that we're drinking. So as we go around our homes and we start to look for where the chemicals are hiding and what's happening, I'm here to share some simple changes that you can create for a well-nourished home. First and foremost, we want our homes to feel like a sanctuary full of health and healing, especially in our world today when there's a lot of fear going on, news, and a lot of things that can just be, they can excite us. And there's uncertainty happening, especially where I am in Los Angeles. There's a lot going on these days. So our homes should be a place of peace and healing and wellness and health. And when you walk into your home, you want your home to rise up and meet you at the door. So you can walk in and say, ah, I'm home. Now we are living in a different world because many of us are working from our homes, which creates a different feeling. So we have to be aware of where can we go in our home to create some peace, or putting our computers away at a certain time of day so we can even change clothes or take a shower to differentiate from work to home life. It can make a difference in our energy and well-being. Looking around in your kitchen and in your living space, my first and foremost recommendation is to begin to upgrade your candles. Candles are a beautiful way to bring in peace and tranquility and wellness. We just want to make sure that we're using candles made with essential oils, clean wicks. Many are made from coconut or soy. So look for good candles. I have some samples here today. This one's from Aroma, and this is made with pure essential oils. I got this just at our local supermarket. They have them on Amazon, Whole Foods. You can get them in a lot of places these days. So be aware of candles. Air fresheners. Air fresheners, something like this is called Air Sense. I'll hold these up at the end as well. This is just pure essential orange oil. I got that at Trader Joe's. And that's great to just use around the house. It also uplifts your mood. Essential oils are great for uplifting your mood. And then again, cleaning supplies. Look for clean ingredients as best you can. There's a lot of good ones on the market. Also, what are you washing your clothes with? My recommendation is to, if you're using a name brand, look for ones that have fragrance free, because that's one less chemical going into your clothes and you're smelling that and it's on your body. Swap up your makeup, cosmetics, and grooming products for cleaner products if you can. And this can be overwhelming. I know it is for me when I first started. There's so many products, especially if you're a woman using makeup or hair supplies or grooming products. And it never has to be a perfect journey. You can start with one product, the makeup you put on, or maybe get a clean shampoo, or swap out using your perfume for an essential oil. My recommendation is to just start where you are, pick one product, swap that out, then pick another and start from there. And think about your skin first. So if you're using lotion on your skin, that would be my first recommendation, to swap out your lotion for a cleaner product. Your soap and lotions are the number one thing. Again, I'll show these at the end, but I use a product called Dr. Bonner's that actually comes in liquid. This is the soap bar. I got this at Trader Joe's, which is so great. Trader Joe's is now carrying a lot of things that are clean and healthy. That's something that's been around for a really long time, made of hemp and coconut oil. And there's so many great products. EO is another brand. It's called Essential Oil, EO. They make great lotions, great soaps, great hand sanitizers. Love that company. So again, begin where you are, one at a time, and just start to just even turn it over, your products, and see how many chemicals are in there, 10, 20, 30, and start adding up all the products you use in a day, and you'd be surprised how many chemicals you're putting on your body each day. And then to upgrade your home and make it beautiful and also bring in some more oxygen and high vibe energy, my recommendation is to add some color, simple greenery around your home. Plants are great, and bring some beautiful flowers in. Each week, personally, I go to Trader Joe's every week. No matter if someone buys me flowers or not, I always buy them for myself as a gift of self-love. I have them when I walk in my house. I see a beautiful vase of flowers. It's just upbeat, happy, colorful, and that can lift your energy. Plants are great to have in your space. They create beauty and they bring in nature, more oxygen. So I say add some plants, add some flowers, and put some color around your house as well. And that could be a beautiful crystal or colorful candles, and make it fun. Okay, a few more well-nourished tips. Again, add more plants. My recommendation is to, if you haven't already, upgrade your bedding. You can start with your sheets or just your comforter. Recently, I just got a new comforter that goes around the down comforter. It's like the case. So you can get something that's organic or cotton. You just want to have real good materials, because that's what you're sleeping on each night and you're breathing that. So avoid the synthetics, the polyesters, and go for the good stuff as best you can. There's a lot of great products. You don't have to spend a lot of money. There's great products on Amazon these days. Shop around West Elm and see what you can find. But that's a really great place to start. The sheets, the pillowcases, and the duvets that you're sleeping with. Essential oils are great to bring into your home. You can, I love a company called doTERRA. Many of you may have heard of it. There's great products on the marketplace, but a lot of them are filled with alcohol. So we want to be mindful that we're getting pure essential oils. And essential oils are great to put on your body. Pretty much most every day I'm putting an essential on my body, and it might be I have a lot of different ones from doTERRA, but this one's called Balance. It has really good blue tansy, chamomile, very healing, balancing. So it keeps my energy really peaceful and balanced. I also have another blend I love called Adaptive. And this one is really good if you just want to ground down and get balanced before you're doing a presentation or giving a speech or picking up your kids. And Serenity, this is another great one, is great for sleep. This has lavender in it, and you can put a few drops on the bottom of your feet or your kids' feet before bed. It's really good to induce relaxation. And doTERRA and other brands have diffusers, like Bed Bath & Beyond. You can get a diffuser, put some water in it, a few drops, and that's another way that's a great air freshener for your home. It can calm you, or you can use oils that are invigorating, like orange or lemon or Balance, and purify your air and bring peace to your home. Sage and Palo Santo, I have behind me. I'll bring that in a moment, but sage is, you can burn sage in your home. If anyone's ever heard of that, it's from old Indian tribes many years ago. Palo Santo down in like Costa Rica and places that do ceremony. So burning sage is a great way to burn up negative energy in your home. If you've ever had a fight with someone, or there's some tension in the house, or partnership or family, or you had someone over and they had very heavy, dense energy, it's a great way to clear your space. You burn sage. I'll show you that at the end. Having cozy pillows is a great way to upgrade and elevate your space. And also, clutter can be really toxic to our mental well-being and also bring up emotions. People don't think about this, but things have energy. Everything is energy. Again, when you walk into your home, I invite you to walk in with fresh eyes and look around. What's bringing you joy and what's bringing you down? And if there's something that bringing you down, or it's not really serving you for who you are today, even if it might have been your grandmother's or your family's, you might think about, packing it up, donating it, giving it away, or tossing it. Not grandmother's, but maybe someone else would want that. Clothes, things that just clutter is a big movement right now for clearing the clutter. And I have a really close friend. She's a professional organizer. I was having a hard time getting rid of a few things that were causing some emotions to come up when I would see them. So my friend came over a few months ago and we went around my place and I put a lot of things in a bag. And what she had me do was bless it and thank it. Thank them for the good memories. Thank them for the beauty that they brought to my life at the time. And now it was time for someone else to enjoy them. So that might be a good ritual for you as well. So when we talk about a well-nourished home, I also wanted to bring in the well-nourished body because we live in our body. Our body is our home, first and foremost. And without going deep into nutrition tonight, because I really want to leave it more towards our spaces, I just thought I would bring a few slides in to just get you thinking about the well-nourished home in which you live, because we need to take care of our bodies. It's the only place we have to live. And it is especially important in today's day and age that we do. So again, it's never about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about taking each moment and doing the best we can and bringing in mindfulness and awareness to our day, to our meals, to our environment. So I have on here a few things to just start to begin to be mindful about in this moment. Seasonal eating, we always want to be aware of what's in season. Right now it's summer. There's some beautiful, fresh, beautiful produce out right now. I mean, the first time, if I could see your hands, I'd ask you to raise your hand, but the first time you had a juicy peach or nectarine or plum at the beginning of this season, it tastes like summer, right? It's like you're biting into summer when you bite into a gorgeous peach. So think about seasonal foods. We want to think about adding in more chlorophyll and greens, because greens are filled with chlorophyll. Chlorophyll comes from the sun, and the chlorophyll is the blood of the plant, and the blood of the plant helps heal the blood of the human, us. So we want to be eating more greens, cleansing, creates pH. It's going to help move out some of these toxins. Oh, and I forgot, I'm so into sharing all this information with you. What I'm really excited about is that in collaboration with Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, we are going to be doing a 21-day detox, 21-day transformational cleanse, Detoxing Made Easy, in September. Is I'm going to help you as a community get rid of all the toxins in your life, really take a deeper dive into your food, talk about some of the supplements that are good to help rid the body of some of these stored toxins that get stored in our fat cells, to help the liver detox more. And we're going to be doing it together as a community. It's going to be a 21-day. It's going to be great. There's a link up on my website. I believe Jody's going to put that in the chat, and happy to answer any questions regarding that at the end, which is so exciting that we're going to be working together on that. Okay, back to healing foods. I just want to share that we really want to be looking at our food as medicine. And especially again, in these days and times, it's so important that our bodies be strong and healthy and filled with energy and wellness. And how do we get that? Through the air we breathe and through the food we eat. So important that we look at what are we eating. I wrote on here some of the things, I shared on here some of the things that to really start to be mindful to bring in. Fresh herbs are a great way to bring in phytonutrients and antioxidants to your meals each and every day. Like recently, I started adding cilantro into all my salads. Cilantro is an amazing way to help the liver and the body detox. I know many people don't like cilantro. Some people love it. You either love it or you don't. But there's other rosemary, mint. You can start to add these things to your greens, to your salads. And it's just a daily detox, daily healing foods. Fresh herbs are a great way to upgrade your health. Sprouts are another great way to upgrade your life force. Again, these are microgreens. I got them at Trader Joe's, which is a great place. They're starting to carry so many great things. You can make sprouts easy. You can purchase them. And there's so many available these days. And these aren't your grandmother's sprouts, that like the alfalfa sprouts we had in the olden days. These are pea shoot sprouts and broccoli sprouts, which are amazing detoxifier for the liver. Microgreens, they taste great. You can have them by yourself. You can mix them into your salads, add a little olive oil, a little sea salt, lemon. You have a great, great meal. Cruciferous veggies, these are your broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. They are natural detoxifiers. They're filled with sulforaphane, and they help the liver detox. We always want to be loving our liver and supporting its well-being. Do you know where your liver is? Your liver is right under your right rib cage. You can put your hand there if you want, and just love your liver. Give it some loving. Your liver is your friend, and you want to really nourish and protect it. All right, talking about liver, here's another few ways to support your liver, which is the oil filter of your body. Drinking pure water, having a cup of lemon water in the morning when you first get up. This is a great way to move the junk out of the trunk. It sets the body up for a day of wellness. It helps move things through. It creates natural pH, which is wonderful. Increasing our greens throughout the day, especially bitter greens, which are really healing and healthy for the liver. And they're really in season right now. Your arugula, dandelion, mustard greens, and you can mix and match them with romaine or any lettuces that you like. We want to be thinking about limiting our sugar and alcohol because that's hard on the liver. We don't have to be perfect here. We just want to be mindful. And again, eating as organic as possible to eliminate the chemicals in our foods. Our immune system is one of our greatest allies, and we must protect it, elevate it, and create a really amazing place for our body to heal and be on its game. So we want to be supporting our immune system. We can nourish it through the food we're eating. We want to make sure, again, that we're minimizing anything in our homes that's going to interfere with our immune system. There's great supplements that can support. I wrote a few on here. Glutathione, which is the master antioxidant of our body. Vitamin D, good probiotic. And Dr. C can talk to you about some of these things during your appointments. I just wanted to bring them on as reminders that these are great supplements to support your immunity and your wellness. We want to be upgrading, again, our food, our life, our relationships. Yeah, that can all affect our immune system. Tension and stress is not good for our immune system or our well-being or anything in our life. So be mindful of who you're hanging out with, any stress that's going on in your life, and take a walk if you need to. So reducing stress, going for walks, meditate, prayer, anything that's going to help you feel your best and create a really well-nourished body and home. I wrote on here, take a pause break. Recently, I just finished it's called an Awakening Joy. It was a 6-week class about bringing joy into life and just starting to notice the things that are pleasurable in your life each day can bring joy. And many times we're in a rush. we're going, going, going. We don't stop to take breath breaks, which I'm going to take one right now. Maybe you'll take one with me. I invite you to take a breath break. So breath breaks are a way to calm the body down, breaking the spell from our monkey mind thoughts, and getting good, deep, restful sleep. This is really important to protect and promote health and wellness in our body and mind, and create more melatonin, which helps us stay healthy and young. I put on here my Beyond Radiant smoothie as just something I wanted to give to you tonight as a gift. There's an ingredient in here called amla, which is from an Indian gooseberry. Amla has 8 times more vitamin C than an orange, so it is really high in vitamin C. Oranges are great too. This is just another way to boost your immune system and enjoy some radiance and fun in the morning. This is a great, just all around healthy fat, fiber, and protein shake. And just to wrap up some of the things we talked about, and I'll come back on and answer any questions and share a few things, but I just want to bring home that you get to decide what you bring into your house. Like, again, there might be things that we can't control in this world. We can't control other people. We can't control sometimes what's going on in the state of the world, but we can control what we put on the end of our fork, what we bring in our home, what we put in our mouth, what we put on our body, what we keep, what we discard, and how we live our life each day. How are we thinking? All these things can affect our well-being in our mind and body. So I invite you to ask yourself, is this person, place, or thing bringing me nourishment, vitality, and joy? Is this person, place, or thing adding to my optimal health and wellness? These are the questions to ask yourself each day as you move through your home with fresh eyes, as you start to look at the products you're putting on your body and in your hair and on your face and on your clothes. Is it bringing you health and wellness? Is it creating vitality and nourishment? It's a process, it's a path, it's a journey. I invite you to just stay on the path, stay on the journey. And I put my information on here. You can reach out to me if you have any questions after tonight. Stay in touch. I have some articles on my website, my book link, and I'm going to come back on. I am just so delighted to be here with you and share this information. I could dive really deep into the science, though I really wanted to keep it light and bright and just really thinking about what is on us, around us, and in us as a way to start the conversation. And I just want to say thank you to Jody, Dr. C, and the whole team, and everyone that showed up tonight, and everyone that's watching this anytime after tonight's event. And I'm here to answer any of your questions. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share all that. Jody, you're on.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was busy putting the links in the chat. So so I apologize.
That's okay.
Not recognizing that. So I've got the link for the detox. I believe it's $135, correct? And you're going to get not just 4 sessions of coaching, but also recipes and guides and a list of supplements that can enhance your detox. And then there'll be a kickoff call, which will be on September 27th, all on Zoom at 6 o'clock. And then the next 3 Mondays at 6 o'clock, there'll be a specific topic that Marlyn will talk about, but then she'll be available for coaching if you've got questions or if you need any help. And then the next link is, oh, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say all the topics to the talks are on the page for the website, and we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into some of these topics. And then Dr. C and Joan will be some of our guest speakers as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the next link I put up there is to purchase the book if you're interested in purchasing the book. But don't do that yet, because after questions, I will be asking you questions to see if anyone can win the book. So does anybody have any questions? You don't have to put it in the chat. You can just, speak it if you have a question, to take yourself off mute and put it in the chat, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Hey guys, I actually have a question for Marlyn. I've been getting confused for years now about candles, specifically whether soy candles are the ones that you're supposed to get, or are they the ones that put, toxins in the air with their smoke?
That's a great question. It depends on what else is in there. As long as there's essential oils, you're avoiding the fragrances, and you have a good wick, you should be pretty okay with the soy or the coconut. Soy or coconut, from what I've done the research, is good as a base. So yeah, you just want to be avoiding fragrances, any other additives, and looking at your wicks. Yeah. Is that helpful?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and there's a lot on the market these days. Just read the ingredients. Some of the homemade ones are nice too at some of the shops, little boutique shops from local people, make them sometimes too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions for Marlyn before we move on to the giveaway? All right, well then I'm going to ask a question to you. So I have a couple in case any of these are too hard. So and again, just go ahead and put the first person to put it in the chat is going to win the book. So the first question I have is, name one thing you need to look for in your living room that could be toxic. And we have a winner. The first person to put in was Betsy, and it was EMF, and she is correct. That was on the list. So we had candles, air freshener, VAC, cleaning supplies, carpet cleaners, EMF, and mold. So so Betsy, I will reach you privately to we'll discuss how to get the book to you. Yay, congratulations. Okay, another question. What is the largest organ?
Skin. Oh, Betsy beat me to that last one.
However, you are correct. So Clayton wins the book, and I know exactly where to find you, so I don't need to reach out to you. So one of Marlyn's books is yours.
Sweet.
All right.
I have a few other things. This is something that I brought a long time ago. This is an old book. It's called Holistic Home, and I just thought I would just share it. Her name's Joanna Trevelyan. There's many books on the market, but this kind of goes through. It's a lovely book that goes through your home and goes into a little bit deeper and just creating a sanctuary, because you really do want your home to be as healthy and peaceful and happy as possible. And it's all part of our well-being. And the other thing I didn't share was chamomile tea is great for restful sleep. Personally, since the beginning of this pandemic, I've been drinking a cup every single night before bed. And research shows it also helps quell inflammation in the brain. So yeah, I recommend like a good herbal tea, or chamomile is great in the evening. And this is organic from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is right near me, so it's a one-stop shop. And I've been really pleasantly surprised how many wonderful items that they've started to include in their repertoire. And I know there's other, like Whole Foods, and there's other places, but it's great to have items more readily available to us. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation. It was just great to be here. Is there anything else that anyone has? Any other questions?
Taking a picture. I don't think so. No one else has it in the chat. Well, you've done an amazing job really being thorough with all the information. So I bet there's a lot for everybody to sit and absorb. If anyone does have any questions, of course, they can go to Marlyn's website, marlynwellness.com. You can reach out to the office and we can connect you, or we can, get a question to her. And then be on the lookout. We'll start to promote the 21-day detox program that will be kicking off on September 27th. So there's plenty of time, but there'll be some things to do to get ready. So the sooner you sign up, of course, the sooner you get that information. So we'll be getting emails and posts on our social media about that too. All right. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time today, Marlyn. And
Thank you.
you're closing out
pleasure.
our Wellness Matters amazingly well. So thank you.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Fresh
Bye.
Thank
eyes.
you. Bye, Marlyn. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome.